I want to talk about whether it's okay to mimic something. Often this happens a lot within life, mimicry of different degrees, right? So you might think that somebody is copying your idea or stealing your work, all of those kind of things. But ultimately, um, often it doesn't happen that way. So sometimes it does, right? Like it definitely does happen. Um, but sometimes people are just mimicking other people because they think what they're doing is a good idea. Um, and I want to just say, as long as you have your own voice in it, then it's actually not a bad idea. It's actually pretty useful. So, um, one thing that I get a lot of inspiration from, and I've been listening to a lot. There's a couple of people I listened to for a long time. I listened to Dave Ramsey, and I got a lot of inspiration from him. And another person that I listen to now, I don't listen to Dave Ramsey anymore. Um, and one person that I listen to a lot is Gary V, Gary Vaynerchuk. And when I first started listening, both of them, you know, they came across. I was like, why would I ever listen to that kind of crap? But then I started listening to it, and they actually have generally good messages. So I can't, yeah. So generally good messages within what they're saying. So Gary Vaynerchuk especially, I was like, oh, this guy turns me off. But then, I listened to maybe 2 videos instead of 1, and then I really started getting into it. And I just want to sort of say the same thing here, is that there's a lot of universal truths around, right? So a lot of things like, making sure that you have patience, for example, when you don't feel like it. Making sure that you're nice to people, even though you don't want to be sometimes. Like things like that are pretty universal truths, and they've been around for a long time. And I just want people to know that, hey, sometimes you have to listen to other people to get inspiration yourself. And I sometimes do that. Well, I will not, I'll just get inspiration from other people to keep going, and then hopefully I'm passing it along to you, passing on inspiration and making sure that everybody is happy and healthy with this. So I think that's like a super important thing to think about, is often you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just have to mimic what other people have done before, and create your own voice as you're doing that. I think hopefully you get that as you're listening to what I'm saying and what I'm about, is that there's definitely my own voice here, and it's anything that you're working on. um, Mimicking what other people have done is a form of flattery. And it's important to sort of remember that as you do something, you might start out with really strong mimicking, but then over time you start to develop your own voice, and then people understand what you're about. And I think that's an important thing to remember as you're doing this. So, use these are called best practices sometimes. So look to see what other people are doing, and see if you can mimic it. Not completely, but think about how you can tell your story with what you're doing through your own voice. in whatever project that you're working on. All right, well, thanks so much. I appreciate it. I'm on my morning walk right now, so I'm a little quiet. You can hear birds in the background. Walking my dog, Izzy. She's got a stick in her mouth. I just wanted to say thanks so much for following along. I do appreciate you, and take care. Bye.